Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. We are MyGrain and you're watching GRIMM TV.
How are you guys today?
Tired. as usual.
As usual. We're
It's
tired
been
all
a
day.
long day at work, and now it's time to take a beer or two.
Yeah.
Enjoy the evening.
Just to relax the hell of it. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, you get to play your album tonight to hopefully
Yes.
some fans that
First
come.
time to some audience.
Yeah.
At least it's
Luckily it's full already.
it's
The
exciting.
house, I mean.
Now, last time I talked with you two. You weren't there at that time in the interview. SaariHelvetti. You were talking that you were pretty nervous about the gig. So
Yeah.
how was it? How did you experience it?
In my experience, it was quite good actually. We were quite anxious about it because we weren't sure because we were the last band of the festival and everyone's going away like before the gig or something because the ferries are going. But luckily there was a big bunch of people and they seemed to be quite happy about being there and they were into it. And even when we played the new music to them, it felt like many hands raised up to the air. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it went very well.
Very well.
Yeah, it was really good. And the evening was getting dark and all that atmospheric things.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really nice.
yeah. It's quite nice.
Yeah, the part of it that I saw of your show was really good. Like I really
cheers.
enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
the whole like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of smoke and
Oh yeah, yeah.
like backlights and stuff. Like it really worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lights were quite nice actually, thanks to our light tech guy. So
Well, not for the photographers, but it was really nice to see.
yeah.
Yeah, and I noticed that it was actually easier to get on the ferry. That actually a lot of people stuck around still. So that was nice to see for you guys.
It's really nice to see it because we were afraid that many people would go. Of course, many people were already, and some media already went away before a gig, but that was like something to be expected. But it was fun to see that there was still lots of people enjoying the gig.
And luckily the passage to the main stage was on the way
Yeah.
to the second stage,
Yeah.
so it was
Yeah.
a nice spot.
There were probably
Yeah.
quite some people like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
So, well, your new album is coming next week, finally. We shortly talked about it at SaariHelvetti, but like didn't go really in too deep because, well, I hadn't listened enough to it yet, and it was not the most ideal
There
setting.
was lots of hassle around it.
Yeah. There was some, was it like burlesque dancing in the background?
We're like
Damn, I missed it.
Sorry for that. But yeah, I checked your album a bit more out, and like I got like even more impressed than like what I had heard before.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah, I kind of like, for instance, the intro track, "The Nightmare." Like I was really impressed with your like really high vocals.
Yeah. Cheers.
I'm guessing that was quite new for you to do.
Well, actually, not so new, but it wasn't the like thing that we used in many songs before. I've done that stuff, but not maybe MyGrain before, like using this sort of, if I could even say, because I don't know, what I had in mind was like when the scream note vocals, like these Devin Townsend-ish vocals that he used to use in the Strapping Young Lad albums. So that was the idea behind it, but of course I can't speak like I would be doing something like Devin himself does, but anyways, that was like idea to do something like this. So yeah, like layered and quite lively, different kind of vocals.
Yeah, it was cool to hear, and it's also cool to hear, like you mentioned, Strapping Young Lad. Like, there's that other track, I wrote it down here somewhere. Out of This Life that just
Yeah.
starts with like I had heard like the start of it. I was like, that sounds so familiar, and then I read somewhere that like there's this strapping young lad like inspired riff. And it's really cool to see throughout the album that there's quite like some very recognizable like influences like strapping young lad, a bit of Insomnium at the gates, like, but still with your own spin, like. It's really cool.
Actually, the working title was SYL.
SYL,
Yeah, for that song.
I guess it was because of the main riff that with the trial. How is it said in English? Triplets, trials, triplets. Yeah.
Triple feel.
Yeah. They had some few songs with the triplet feel back in the days, and I guess that was the carrying idea of the song. And there's the C part in the song as well that kind of like has these devilish screams, maybe. But it wasn't something that I was planning to do. Like in this part, I will try to sing like Devin, but the part itself kind of like inspired me like that. Well, this is something I need to do now. So it came like that.
Yeah, it's just cool to see like those hints of bands that probably inspired all of you in some way, or that you're a fan of in some way, and that they're there, very recognizable, but still completely like your sound. Like your first single, "Haunted Hearts," it really has like a more recent like In Flames, maybe Soilwork vibe.
There is some of that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's cool to kind of see like hear those things. I mean, all of those bands are big and influential for a reason.
Yeah. And some people even mentioned about Haunted Hearts that when there's the riff that is behind the verse, that it kind of like brings the memories to was it Pinball Map? No, it was Only for the Weak. Yeah. The kind of like the slow riff, and it wasn't a thought thing, but it was when we did it, we noticed that it could have some resemblance.
There's a couple of really cool tracks, but I think the biggest one or the most impressive one has to be the last one, Waves of Doom. I mean, what is it, 13 minutes or something?
13 plus minutes,
and it literally, like, the title is actually well chosen because, it speaks of doom clearly, and it brings it in different waves. So it's really was that how the title came around, or not really?
Actually, it's quite funny. I initially I thought that because there's the intro with the acoustic guitar, and there I heard like waves in the background, but actually it was wind. So it should have been like Winds of Doom. But for me, I heard waves, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be waves something. I had the waves as main idea.
Winds of change.
Winds of change, with the
waves of change.
Waves of change. But it's kind of cool because it's song for me at least with two parts and the middle, like the bridge in between, which is totally made with synths, and it's like 2 minutes bridge from the first part to the second part. And it's kind of like this book or something. It's like a story, a journey, like a travel from somewhere to somewhere and coming back as well. And so it's something we haven't done before. 13 plus minutes.
It was fun challenge. Try to do that kind of epic. Maybe progressive even.
There's definitely that progressive note to it, like with that synth bridge and stuff, like you mentioned in an interview I read, like a bit Irion type symphonic prog vibe.
When I heard the actual song, I was like afterwards, like in a mixing, during the mixing process, I was thinking it's kind of like I have the Irion vibes, like what?
It's like borderline like symphonic proggy and it really works. It's something different, but really works well.
It was kind of challenge to me, like to do these kind of to lyrics this kind of song and these vocal arrangements, because it's like it's not a normal song that would have the basic structure, but something different. So it's something like starting from something, going to somewhere else, and then coming back. It's like, so how the fuck am I supposed to do this? But it kind of like happened by itself in the end, which was.
And well, you said it was kind of a fun challenge. It's a fun
Yeah,
challenge that
yeah,
you
yeah.
might want to repeat, or was like,
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
We don't have-
We'll see. We don't have like a
rules or
rules or actual plan for the next release that we will have after this one, but I guess we will always keep up with the challenges. Something new every time.
try to push the limit.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Yes.
Now your first single, "Haunted Hearts," it was used for the Summer Breeze promo video.
Yeah.
That must be pretty epic for you guys. I mean,
It was quite epic, yeah.
Nice surprise.
It was a nice surprise. We didn't know about it. I was like, whoa. So, what could it mean? I'm not sure.
are they gonna ask you still to go?
Yeah.
Because I noticed, like, hey, they're using your song, but
Yeah.
hey, MyGrain is not in the list.
Yeah. We weren't listed in it, but I don't know if the festivals are happening next summer either, but we'll see.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope. The best.
At least it gave you like
Some.
unexpected extra
Yeah,
promo. I mean,
yeah.
must have reached a
It
lot
was
of
really
people.
good promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have a song like about battling the gods or something like that.
A Game
right?
of Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I read like an interview that you recently did. They were talking
Yeah.
about like epic hero journey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a bit Manga
Manga
Hero.
something, yeah.
Just made me wonder like
Yeah.
what your kind of
Well, it was-
Manga Hero thing is.
I actually don't watch any manga stuff or anything
Anymore.
anymore or any of this kind of stuff. But for some reason, when I heard the instrumental of the song, it immediately brought to my mind this kind of like a hero-ish adventure or something, and for some reason this Japan-ish theme or something. So, well, I guess the lyrics kind of came from there, like that, as if you would be battling in the platform game, like that we used to have. I guess we still have. But yeah, well, it's kind of fun. Different kind of song, and different kind of lyrics, I think, as well, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, after I read you mentioning the
Yeah.
Manga Hero thing,
Yeah.
and I listened to the track again, it was indeed like, at least the first half of the track is like,
Yeah.
this sounds kind of like Japanese style,
Yeah, yeah.
really, like
Yeah.
the synths that are a bit more forward and stuff, like,
Yeah.
it's really,
Different.
It's really
I guess it was your song.
Really different MyGrain song to me.
Yeah.
And was it the one that we thought that it would not
It would be under-
make on the album?
Yeah. There was like 2 songs that were under the
Radar.
threat to be dropped from the album, and it was Game of Gods, and the 4th one that would be The Way of the Flesh.
Between those two.
Yeah. But we chose to have them both in the album and do something else for the extra bonus stuff.
yeah, I think in a way it's good that you maybe made that choice, because it brings way more like diversity in the whole album.
Yeah. They're a bit different songs, I guess. Like,
Yeah, it shows that like you don't want to stick to your regular guns.
Yeah. But I think it makes the album even more interesting
yeah.
when you have.
Yeah.
More interesting, more dynamic, and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that kind of albums anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also read that, well, since you don't have any keyboard player anymore, that
Yeah.
You guys took on the role to like put the keyboards in. How was that experience?
Well, Joni, stage
Exhausting.
is all yours. Exhausting.
Yeah, at the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me and Teemu. We just decided that we go and try to make the synths for ourselves, and yeah, it was long process from coming up with the sounds we wanted to use, and then programming, because we can't play, so to speak, keyboards. So the programming itself was a big job, and it took really much time.
Like what does this button do?
Yeah, what does this white button do? And this, there's black button also. Yeah, but in the end I think we succeeded really well on that succeeded.
I heard. Yeah.
And I'm proud of what we managed to come up with. So it's
Yeah.
all good now.
Of course, we were like forced to evolve in a way because,
Yeah, that the one thing was that we could come up with some new sounds and that MyGrain never ever had before.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the fun part of that procedure.
No.
But yeah, it's all good.
All Gucci.
Yeah, I think it worked out great. You wouldn't say that there's another real like keyboardist playing it, so
Yeah.
job well done.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're about there. Anything you would want to add still yourself?
Buy the album. It's gonna be awesome.
Come to shows whenever we have them.
Yeah.
That's a surprise even for us.
Yeah, we're lucky to have even few shows planned, but let's see and let's hope that they will actually happen, because anything can happen these times. So, but yeah, come what may, so to say.
Okay, well, thank you for the talk again.
Thank you.
Thank you.